They say the dead don't speak, that once the earth covers them, their story ends. But what if I told you? Some graves scream, some graves smile, and some never stay silent. For 36 years, he dug the earth with his bare hands, buried the young, the old, the forgotten, and he thought he had seen it all. Until one day, one grave looked right back at him and smiled. This is the story of a man who listened to the silence beneath the soil, and what he saw might never let you sleep again. They called him many names: the gravedigger, the silent one, the man who walked with death. But his real name was Yusuf Karim. He wasn't a scholar, not a saint, not even a man of words, just a soul who knew how to dig and how to let go. His back was bent, his beard completely white, his hands rough as tree bark, and his eyes looked like they had seen something from beyond this world. People feared him, some respected him, others avoided him completely, as if his touch carried the weight of death itself. But Yusuf never minded. Graves were quieter than people anyway. Then came that day. The sky was overcast. The wind, slow and cold. There was a heaviness in the air, like something was about to change. A funeral arrived, without noise. A small group of mourners. A mother who couldn't stand properly. A father holding a prayer rug to his chest. And between them, a small white bundle. A boy, 17 years old. A hafiz of Quran. He had died in his sleep after Fajr, after reciting Surah Yasin. Yusuf said nothing. He picked up his shovel and began to dig. The soil was soft, too soft, as if the earth had been waiting. He carved the grave slowly, carefully, each inch, measured from memory. But today, his hands were slower. Something felt different. When the body was lowered into the grave, a cold gust of wind passed, and suddenly, everything stood still. No birds, no leaves rustling, even time seemed to freeze. Yusuf leaned over, just to adjust the shroud, and then he saw it. The boy's face was smiling. Not just calm, but radiant, glowing with peace, as if he had seen something beautiful. Something not of this world. Yusuf froze, blinking once, twice, but the smile remained. He stepped back slowly, speechless. Everyone else was praying, crying, throwing dirt. But Yusuf just stood there, watching. That night, he could not sleep. And when he finally did, he saw a dream. The same boy, dressed in white, light shining from his face. He walked forward and said quietly, "The Quran never left me. Not even in the grave." Yusuf woke up, his hands shaking, his face wet with tears. He walked across the room, opened an old wooden drawer, and pulled out a dusty Quran. He hadn't touched it in over 30 years. His fingers trembled as he opened the first page, and he whispered to himself, "Some graves teach you how to die, but others remind you how to live." And this was only the beginning.